This conference will now be recorded.
All of you give your attendance in the chat box. So for blotting techniques or hybridization techniques, we require probe. What do you mean by probe? It is a single stranded piece of DNA which is labeled or unlabeled, and it should be complementary to the target DNA. So you should know what is probe means. It is a single stranded piece of DNA which is complementary to the target DNA. So now we are talking about hybridization techniques. So you have seen here double stranded DNA. It is denatured into single stranded DNA. By what? Double stranded DNA is hybridized to single stranded DNA. So these are two single stranded DNA which are denatured. By what enzymes? These are the restriction endonucleases or restriction enzymes. Okay? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Double-stranded DNA is denatured into single-stranded DNA by restriction enzymes. So the single-stranded DNA, to the single-stranded DNA, probe should be attached. These are the probes. So what are probes? They are single-stranded piece of DNA which should be
Voice breaker.
So this is the DNA voice break అంటారు ఏదో అంటున్నారు కాసేపు ఉండండి ఇక్కడే
మ్యామ్ లేదు మ్యామ్ బాగానే వస్తున్నాం తనకు సిగ్నల్ లేదేమో
ఓకే ఎవరో పిల్ల అన్నట్టు సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద డబుల్ స్టాండర్డ్ DNA which are denatured, this one and this one. So what is this small one?
Probe.
It is a DNA probe. DNA probe should be complementary to this target DNA. It should be complementary. Okay. What is this DNA probe? It is a single stranded DNA which is complementary to this target DNA, and it is radio labeled or unlabeled, because in some techniques it is radio labeled and in some techniques it is unlabeled. Okay, this is the probe. This is the double stranded DNA which is denatured. So this probe is complementary to the target DNA. Now you tell me, I'm telling you complementary. So adenine binds to which one? Which base? Adenine.
Thymine.
Gone into
Cytosine.
thymine to
Adenine.
adenine only. Cytosine to guanine. So this is this. I told you this is the complementary, and this is the DNA. This should be complementary to this. Here you see adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. So this is complementary base is thymine, adenine, cytosine, guanine, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. So this is target DNA. It is complementary to this double-stranded DNA. But here see it is the mismatched. This is not. Where is the mismatch? Adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. What should come here?
Adenine.
Adenine should come. So this is mismatched DNA. So when there is mismatch, hybridization won't occur. Here it is matched. So the probe is complementary to the single-stranded DNA. So hybridization will occur. This is the basic for the other techniques. Okay. So I told you Sutherland blotting technique is for the DNA. So it's used to detect a specific segment of the DNA in the whole genome. So Sutherland blotting technique is for DNA. So what is the procedure? I'll tell you. So this is the DNA which is extracted from the tissue, and this DNA is broken down to small DNA fragments by what?
Restriction enzymes.
Restriction endonucleases or restriction enzymes. Okay, the genomic DNA which is isolated from the tissue is broken down to DNA fragments. These are all the DNA fragments by restriction endonucleases. These restriction fragmented DNA fragments, they are electrophoresis is done. DNA is positive or negative? DNA
Negative.
DNA is negative. So this DNA, which is electrophoresis, these DNA fragments are electrophores on the agarose gel electrophoresis. So the DNA fragments which are negative, they move towards the anode. The DNA fragments which are negative, they move towards the anode. So high molecular weight DNA fragments. So a lean person only can run fast like that. High molecular weight DNA fragments, they'll be moving slowly, whereas the low molecular weight DNA fragments move fastly towards the anode. Okay. The DNA which is extracted from the tissue, it is broken down into small fragments. These are all DNA fragments by restriction enzyme, and these DNA fragments, agarose gel electrophoresis is done. And on after agarose gel electrophoresis, this is the nitrocellulose. So we are talking about Southern blotting technique, which is hybridization. That means many DNA fragments will come like that. When this is electrophores, these DNA fragments, these are absorbed. ADSORB. It's not absorbed. It is absorbed into the nitrocellulose filter paper. These electrophores DNA fragments, they are absorbed into the nitrocellulose filter paper, and when they are absorbed into the nitrocellulose filter paper, then you'll be adding a probe. The number is not important. The procedure is important. Okay. Then probe is added. When probe is added to these nitrocellulose filter paper, so when the target DNA is present here, this is when probe is added. So the target DNA is present. Then these are autoradiograph. So autoradiograph is done, and you can find the particular gene. What is the clinical significance of Southern blotting? We are talking about so many. These DNA fragments, electrophores, and that specific gene should be identified. So in which cases? When I'll tell you, they are identified in genetic diseases. Name some genetic diseases. Uses of Southern blotting. One, diagnosis of genetic diseases. Name some genetic diseases you know. Okay, I'll tell you.
Sickle cell
anemia.
Sickle cell anemia.
Sickle cell anemia, what happened?
Which anemia? Point mutation.
It's a point. Sickle cell anemia is a point mutation. Very good. What happens there? Glutamic acid
is replaced by
valine.
is replaced by valine. Can you tell me some more genetic disorders? One you told me.
Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
Very good. Some more.
Hemophilia.
Phenylalanine metabolism. Ketonuria.
Thalassemia.
Cystic fibrosis is there. So these are all the genetic disorders. What is the clinical significance of Southern blotting? To diagnose genetic diseases like sickle cell anemia, phenylketonuria, cystic fibrosis, Duchenne muscular dystrophy and all. Okay. And you have Huntington's chorea. So from where you will take this DNA and all? So you will do this in which fluid? After the baby is born or before? One mother will have a baby with
fluid.
Second time she'll be pregnant. Second time she'll be pregnant. So you'll take the amniotic fluid or chorionic villus sampling. CVS or amniotic fluid sampling. So you'll know if the second baby who is going to be born, he also has some genetic disorder or not. Like that. Okay. To diagnose genetic disorders. Second is in cases of oncogenes, to diagnose whether the patient has cancer or not. So in cases of oncogenes. Third one is in forensic medicine. In forensic medicine, can you tell me what is the use there? Forensic contain
Crime
thief, house will some thief has entered. So who is the thief? To know that, if any blood stain or any hair you find, you'll take that and you'll do this Southern blotting in case to find out the thieves. In
parents and children. Maternity cases.
dispute parenthood. How many of you will be seeing the serial Kartik Deepam? Anybody will see? Kartika Deepam 7:30. Anybody is watching or not?
Nikila ma'am.
Sudha ma'am.
I'm watching and your parents will be watching. Okay. In that Kartik Deepam also, what that fellow will tell, she is not my daughter. So for that cases also, dispute parenthood also, you can do this Southern blotting. And in cases of rapism, it's not only blood, even semen or hair follicle, you can do blotting techniques so that many DNA fragments can be extracted by this. So you understood Southern blotting? So one genomic DNA is isolated from the tissue and it is broken down to fragments by restriction enzymes. Then electrophoresis is done. DNA which is negative moves towards the anode. After this electrophoresis, these fragments are absorbed into the nitrocellulose filter. These nitrocellulose filter, when they are absorbed, probe is attached. The DNA probe. What is probe? It's a piece of DNA. It should be complementary to the target DNA. Okay. So when probe is attached to this nitrocellulose paper, then autoradiography is done. So it is used. Okay, I'll show you the slide. Same procedure. So DNA electrophoresis is done to this. What is this? After electrophoresis, it is absorbed into the nitrocellulose filter paper. Then probe is attached and autoradiography is done. So these genes will be visualized by autoradiography only. So I told you diagnosis of genetic diseases, detection of specific sequences, that is viral sequence, that is oncogenes, and DNA fingerprinting in forensic medicine. We were thinking robbery, dispute parenthood and all. This is the one. Applications of DNA hybridization. Gayatri, you read these applications of DNA hybridization?
Diagnosis of genetic diseases like hemoglobinous,
like
sickle cell anemia, phenylketonuria, cystic fibrosis, Huntington chorea, Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Detection of specific.
Okay. Cystic fibrosis, it affects the lungs. Huntington chorea, there is involuntary movements, jerky movements. Okay. Detection of specific sequences. Okay, read. Using virus probe, that is oncogene. Third one.
DNA fingerprinting in forensic medicine. Culprit of crime, disputes of parenthood, rape victims.
So it's not only blood. In rape victim, blood or hair or semen, anything you can take. Okay. That is about Southern blotting. Southern blotting is to detect what? DNA. Southern blotting is for DNA. Northern blotting is for
RNA.
Okay. Southern for DNA, northern for RNA. Same procedure. Even RNA is northern blotting is also same like southern. So RNA is isolated by restriction enzymes. Electrophoresis is done. Again, blotted on nitrocellulose filter membrane. Then autoradiography is done. So it is used to detect gene expression in tissues. So northern blotting is used to detect gene expression in tissues. Same procedure. Electrophoresis. So then it is absorbed into nitrocellulose. Probe will be added here. Then autoradiograph. This is the probe. It is added to this nitrocellulose filter paper. And here autoradiography is done and we can visualize the bands. So northern blotting is done for gene expression. All of you put your attendance in the chat box. Jacob Bantai Prochud. Western blotting technique. It is done for proteins. Western blotting technique is done for proteins. This is also the same procedure. So proteins which are isolated from the tissue and electrophoresis is done, transferred into a nitrocellulose membrane, and it is probed with the radioactive antibody and autoradiograph. Okay. So Western blotting is for proteins and it is used for expression of a particular gene. Same procedure. So this is all DNA. Southern blotting is for the restriction enzyme DNA fragments. Their electrophoresis is done. Then probe is added. Then a probe is added to the nitrocellulose filter paper, audiography is done, and DNA is detected. So I told you all the three significance. One is genetic disorders, third is gene expression, that is what is that, oncogene, viral gene specification. Third one is in forensic medicine. RNA is also same procedure. They are broken down to small fragments, then probe is added to the nitrocellulose filter paper and autoradiography is done. So what is the use of RNA? Sorry, northern blotting, it is used for gene expression. The western blotting is for protein. Here you'll add a specific antibody. These are the three types of blotting techniques. What are the three types of blotting? Southern blotting technique is for
DNA.
northern for RNA. Western for proteins. There you'll be adding. Okay, that's all. So blotting techniques is a short notes. And fish. What do you mean by fish? Fluorescent in situ hybridization. There the cells are incubated with antibodies and fluorescence is added. In histology, we'll be doing all these slides. Fluorescent will be added and you can see through the microscope. Okay. Fluorescent in situ hybridization, where they are incubated with specific antibody. Fluorescent is seen through slides. Microarray technique, these are all the DNA spots. Microarray technique. Next one is microarray. These are all not so important, but to tell you, I'm just telling you. Blotting techniques, all those three are important. Never they ask you micro techniques and DNA fingerprinting and all, but I'm telling you. Microarray technique, these are the DNA spots. Green spots mean that gene expression is, it's a normal gene. Red spots are the diseased gene. Previous to this, small wells will be created on a plate. Like you have ice cube tray, not so much holes, small holes will be there, millimeters holes in this plate. To this already probe will be added. To this you will add the specimen. If any disorder is there, red spots you will be seen. Red means it is a diseased spot. Green ones are normal spots. So what is the use of microarray? Various genes can be seen. Defective genes can. So red spots mean there are defective genes. Green spots are normal genes. So red means so defective genes are seen. What is the use of microarray technique? Defective genes are seen. This is all the same. Normal sample you are doing, you are broken down small fragments by restriction enzyme, then fluorescence. But to this probe you are adding fluorescence. If these colors are there, it is fluorescence. Fish is also you are adding fluorescence. Then only you can see. DNA fingerprinting, you can take blood specimen or anything, semen or hair specimen. So same procedure. These are all same procedures only. You are taking a sample, you are extracting DNA, they are cut by restriction endonuclease, small fragments, then electrophoresis is done, then they are absorbed into the nitrocellulose filter paper and autoradiography is in. By doing autoradiography only, you can see different types of DNA genes. Okay. Like autoradiography done. So what is the use of DNA fingerprinting? What is the use of DNA fingerprinting? I told you the third use of Southern blotting. What is that Southern blotting in forensic medicine? Third use of Southern blotting. Forensic medicine. What is parental
robberies, rape victims.
So DNA fingerprinting also same uses only. So this is also in case of robbery, in case of rapism, this is used. Okay. If any, how do they detect CBI or police? Anybody will DNA fingerprinting, they'll take that sample. In case any blood specimen or anything falls from the robber, he'll go away. No, his blood specimen maybe or his hair follicle maybe. So they'll be extracting like that. Fragments, electrophoresis, then nitrocellulose filter paper, then autoradiography. So one small hair follicle also, so it can be amplified by this procedure. So it can be amplified. Next, last is restriction fragment length polymorphism. So what is RFLP? It is same like there are two types in RFLP only. You have Southern blotting and PCR. Restriction fragment length polymorphism. This also they have never asked, but I'm telling you, just have an idea, at least 1-2 points. In case they give, you can write. Restriction fragment length polymorphism. There are, how do you detect all these genes? One is by Southern blotting and two is by PCR. Different methods. I told you Southern blotting all are amplified. In what is that PCR? There you see the viral load. Two types of RFLP, that is one is Southern blotting, two is PCR. You take the blood sample, you are isolating WC, purity of DNA, they are fragmented by restriction enzymes, electrophorese, again nitrocellulose filter paper, you are adding probe and auto radiography is done. So in restriction, one molecule is as many forms. Poly is many forms. One molecule which has many forms. So two types of RFLP are, one is Southern blotting. How do you detect RFLP? One is by Southern blotting, two is by PCR. That's all. Same causes. So two types I told you. Like I told you in Southern blotting, disputed parenthood, so genetic disorders, all this. Whatever you are writing for Southern blotting, you'll write, and you can write these oncogenes also. Okay? Because I told you it is two types. One is Southern and one is PCR. So you can write that. That's all. Today's class is over. Okay, na? Now you tell me, what do you mean by probe? Lahari, what do you mean by probe?
Single-stranded DNA complementary to the target DNA.
So it can be labeled or unlabeled. So what are the three types of blotting techniques? Anyone know?
Southern blotting, Western
Southern
Northern
blotting.
blot.
Southern blotting for
DNA.
DNA.
northern for
RNA.
northern is for
RNA.
RNA.
proteins.
Proteins.
Same procedure, Southern or northern same, but in case of Western, you are adding antibody. That's all. Same procedure. You understood, no? So what is the use of restriction endonucleases or restriction enzymes, or somebody was telling molecular scissors? This genetic DNA is broken down in small fragments. So small fragments of DNA come by restriction endonucleases. How do you get genomic DNA? You take it from the tissue. It is taken from the tissue and a small DNA fragments. So they are electrophoresis is done, then nitrocellulose filter paper. So this is absorbed into the nitrocellulose filter paper. Okay. Then to this nitrocellulose filter paper, you are adding probe. So then auto radiography is done and you can visualize the genetic disorders. So three uses. One, I told you what is that? Genetic disorders can be identified. Two is in cases of wide sequence of those genes can be identified in cases of genes. Third is in forensic medicine. Northern blotting is for RNA. There you can, gene expression can be done. Third is Western blotting technique, that is done for proteins. You are using antibody. Next is species fluorescent immunoassay hybridization technique. Where fluorescence is added and you'll be seeing those genetic disorders. Okay. Microarray, they are spots of DNA. Microarrays is, there are the spots of DNA. You'll already probe is added to these wells. Well means this is one small plastic plate. To these small holes are there. Those are called wells. So many holes are there. These are all the wells. To this already probe is added. To that probe you will be adding the tissue. In case the patient has any disorder, you'll find red spots. If it is normal, you'll find green colored spots. Okay, that is microarray. RFLP is of two types. That is, one is Southern blotting and another one is by PCR. Same clinical significance. What you are writing for Southern blotting, you'll write it for RFLP also, in case RFLP comes. That's all today's topic. So how are you all reading? How is your preparation? Hello? Hello?
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
మ్యామ్.
అన్ని ఎంసీక్యూసేగా ఇంకేంటి
మ్యామ్.
ఏంటి MCQs అయినా ఆలోచించు. ఫస్ట్ MCQ that could read that question, think of an answer, then you see the options. అదే క్వశ్చన్ ఆప్షన్స్ అన్ని ఒకేసారి కాదు. ఫస్ట్ మాక్ టెస్ట్ is over.
Yes.
Mock test is
ma'am.
over with the college. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Each question I think 2
మ్యామ్
minutes.
థర్డ్
No?
ఇంటర్నల్ ఆల్సో ఆన్లైన్.
అది ఇంకా తెలీదమ్మా. తెలీదు ఇంకా. Depends on situation. Day by day
కాలేజ్
situation is
ఎప్పుడు
changing.
ఉంటుంది
మ్యామ్ ఇప్పుడు
కాలేజ్
కాలేజ్ ఆగస్ట్.
ఎప్పుడు ఉంటుంది మ్యామ్?
ఆగస్ట్ I think we are thinking I'm thinking నాకు తెలీదు. ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఎవరు చెప్పరు కదా ఇవి.
మ్యామ్ రోజు సిచ్యువేషన్ వర్క్ అయిపోతే ఆగస్ట్ లో కష్టం అవుతుంది మ్యామ్.
బాలకృష్ణ పర్మిషన్ ఇస్తారు లేదా మనకి?
రోజు
What is no use? Okay, bye bye. Your class now. I know,